Okay, Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. So today we are going to present you about inflation in Turkey.
First, we go to the introduction. Our discussion is about inflation, what it is, what causes it, and how it affects the economy and possible ways to solve it. We are focusing on Turkey's economy to better understand these issues. Inflation happens when prices of goods and services keep going up over time. This can happen because there is too much demand for things, not enough supply, or a mix of both. In this study, we are focusing on inflation rather than unemployment because inflation has a big impact on everyday life. It affects how much people can buy with their money, how governments manage the economy through policies, and how stable the economy is overall. Turkey is an interesting case because it managed to control inflation in the past, but after 2017, inflation rates started rising again and even hit double digits. This shows that there are still problems within Turkey's economy, like structural issues and dependency and on outside factors such as global markets and currency value. These challenges make Turkey a good example to study. The goal of our research is to look at why inflation is happening in Turkey, how the government is trying to fix it using policies related to taxes, spending, and money supply, and also what is the solution could work in the long run to keep prices stable. We also want to explain why inflation is more important to focus on than unemployment in this context. Inflation can quickly make life harder for everyone, so it is important to understand and address it effectively.
Okay, so for the geography of Turkey, Turkey has a diverse geography with mountain, forest, and coastline. The country borders, each country has a coastline along the Mediterranean Sea, Aegean Sea, and the Black Sea. The Taurus Mountain in the south and the northern Anatolian mountains in the north offer stunning scenery and are popular for hiking and skiing. Turkey's terrain also includes fertile plains where agriculture and is an important part of the economy. The Bosphorus Strait in Istanbul is a nature waterway separating the Europe and Asian side of the country. Next, we are going to see the history of Turkey. So there are two important history that important for Turkey. So the first one is the historical legacy of Barbarossa. Kayettin Barbarossa and his brother Orkreis were famous Ottoman naval commanders. They start as a pirate and later strengthened Ottoman naval power. Barbarossa, appointed by Sultan Sulaiman the Magnificent, won the Battle of Preza in 1538, securing Ottoman control of the Mediterranean. Orkreis is celebrated as Islamic hero who expand Ottoman influence in the West. So next, the second history is Turkey transformation under Mustafa Kemal Atatürk. The Ottoman Empire is foundation of modern Turkey. After the Ottoman Empire was dismantled following the First World War, Mustafa Kemal Atatürk led the struggle to establish the Republic of Turkey in 1923. Atatürk implemented major reform by secularizing and modernizing the country. Next, we are going to see the symbolic of Turkey. So the first one is Hagia Sophia, symbols culture harmony. Built in 537 Masehi by Emperor Justin I as a Byzantine church. Hagia Sophia was the heart of Eastern Orthodox Christianity. After 1453 conquest of Constantinople, Sultan Mehmed II converted it into a mosque, adding features like a mihrab and minarets. In 1935, it became a museum symbolizing the Turkish secularism, but was reconverted into a mosque back in 2020. It makes a Byzantine mosaic and Islamic calligraphy symbolize harmony between East and West. Then, the second symbolic of Turkey is tulips, a timeless Turkish heritage. Tulips, native to Turkey and Central Asia, symbolize luxury during the Ottoman Empire's tulip era from 1718 and until 1730. They represent wealth, elegance, and artistic sophistication, reflecting the era's love for beauty. Tulips also symbolize life, fleeting nature. Today, their legacy live on in Turkey, especially during the Istanbul Tulip Festival, where millions bloom each spring.
So next I will talk about the population of Turkey. As of January 13, 2025, Turkey's population stands at an impressive 87,561,306, with projection estimating a slight increase to 87,685,426 by mid-year. This makes up 1.07% of the global population, placing Turkey as the 18th most populous country in the world. The country's population density is 114 people per square kilometer, spread over a land area of 769,630 square kilometers, and with 76.9% of its population.
So let's move to the main sector of Turkey. So the first sector is agriculture. Turkey is rich in fertile soil and diverse climates. Turkey ranks among the top producer of staple crops like wheat, cotton, and olives. So the country also leads the world in producing hazelnuts, figs, and apricots, and over 20% of Turkey's workforce is employed in the farming store. So the next sector is industry and manufacturing. Turkey's industrial sector is a key driver of economic growth, strong presence with global brands like Ford, Fiat, and Renault having production plants in Turkey. Turkey ranks among the top car producers in Europe, world-renowned industry providing high-quality clothing like European and global markets. Turkish brands like Vesta and Açılık and are well known with their products reaching home globally. So the next sector is tourism. Millions of tourists visit Turkey annually, attracted by its rich history, beautiful landscapes, and warm hospitality. Famous landmarks like Hagia Sophia and Blue Mosque in Istanbul, sun-drenched beaches of Antalya. Tourism is a major economic driver, supporting jobs and contributing billions to the Turkish economy.
So next I will talk about the population of Turkey. As of January 13, 2025, Turkey's population stands at an impressive 87,561,306, with projection estimating a slight increase to 87,685,426 by mid-year. This makes up 1.07% of the global population, placing Turkey as the 18th most populous country in the world. The country's population density is 114 people per square kilometer, spread over a land area of 769,630 square kilometers, and with 76.9% of its population.
So let's move to inflation data. So the first phase is on the 2030 to 2017 is where the data is on the steady beginnings, which from 2030 to 2017, Turkey's inflation rate remained quite stable, ranging between 7.24% to 10.35% during this period. The economy was relatively steady, with inflation staying in single digits. Although not perfect, this manageable level of inflation made it easier for businesses to plan and encourage people to spend and invest with more confidence. So the next phase is a big change, which is happened on 2018 to 2019. In 2018, inflation escalated to 20.35%, more than double the rate of the previous year. This sharp increase caused serious problems for Turkey's economy. The main reasons were the fall in the value of the Turkish lira, rising debts, and political tensions. In 2019, the rate dropped slightly to 12.50%, but the impact of the earlier increase was still evident. So then the last phase is rising challenge, which happened on 2020 to 2023. Starting in 2020, inflation in Turkey increased significantly, reaching every high levels of 48.69% in 2022 and 57.68% in 2023. This demonstrated that the economy was under severe pressure. Unusual economic decisions such as lowering interest rates even when inflation was high further weakened the Turkish lira. And additionally, global challenges such as the recovery from the pandemic COVID-19, supply chain disruptions, and rising energy prices worsen those situations.
Effects of inflation on Turkey is that the first one, people change their shopping habits where they tend to pick the cheapest option, and there are statistics showing that people mostly buy second-hand things, which is computers, phone, because in order to survive. So because all of these, there is competitions not only between the brand on the same shelf but across sectors also. The second one is employment challenges. Inflation has intensified a trend for individuals from the areas with high unemployment to make a move towards large cities and the coastal areas to seek employment in the booming tourism and hospitality sectors that fully recovered after COVID-19 pandemics. The third effect is currency depreciation. The Turkish lira hit a fresh record against the US dollar on Thursday, trading at 30.005 to the greenback just before noon local times. It marks the first time the lira has broken 30 against the US dollar, which was up to 0.17% against the Turkish currency from the previous day's sessions. And the last effect is citizens' migrations. Inflation induced migrations represents not only shift in occupations but also cultural adaptations, as many individuals choose to move out of hometowns, while most citizens have not lost hope that one can adapt to high inflation and economic instability. In the foreseeable future, some residents of Turkey have given up and decided to immigrate in the search of a better life. The next one is on the how public policies that are being used by Turkey to overcome inflation, which is the fiscal policy. So the first one is to decrease government spending, reducing public spending to calm inflation that reached hikes of nearly 70% year on year in April. The government said it will limit recruitment and transport for public servants among other measures. Purchases or constructions in public will be suspended for 3 years, except those who are affected by natural disaster or built to reduce earthquake risks. The next one is to increase tax. Turkey hiked up value added tax, which is the VAT, by 2 percentage points, and also raised the tax on collected on bank consumer loans in move intended to tackle a growing budget deficit and also likely to fuel already high inflations. For example, the VAT rate charged on goods and services rose to 20% from 80%, and on the basic goods such as detergents and toilet paper increased to 10% from 8%, effective immediately.
So today I'm going to present about the recommendation on how to solve the inflation problem using the monetary policy. So for the first one, we got the interest rate adjustment. Interest rate adjustment are a critical tool for managing inflation, and Turkey has a unique way and controversial approach in recent years. Turkey's central bank lowered its key interest from 2.5 percentage points to 47.5%, carrying out its first rate in nearly 2 years as it tries to control the inflation problem. And for the second one is encouraging lira denominated saving, or we can say the encouraging netizens to savings in lira more than any other currency. Encouraging lira denominated savings in Turkey is a strategic approach to reducing inflationary pressures and stabilizing the economy. The government is aiming to prevent the Turkish lira from losing more value and encourage people to save more in lira. The government wants to encourage people who previously saved in foreign currency like a USD to guard against high inflation and the decline of the lira, to hold their savings in the national currency more than the others foreign currency. So this is the recommendation on how the governments in Turkey solve the inflation using the monetary policy.
For conclusion, Turkey has faced significant economic challenges, particularly due to inflation, which remained stable from 2013 to 2017, but surged sharply from 2018 onward, causing rising living costs, currency devaluation, and changes in spending habits. Factors such as the COVID-19 pandemic, rise energy costs, and internal policies have worsened the situation. To combat the inflation, the government has reduced public spending, raised taxes, adjusted interest rates, and encouraged savings in Turkish lira. However, achieving economic stability requires continued reform, fostering investor trust, reducing foreign currency reliance, and supporting citizens through these difficulties. That's all from our group. Thank you.